It's week 2 of the NFL preseason, where depth charts and playbooks will be put to the test. It's the Lions and the Chiefs, and it's coming up next.
We welcome you to the Heartland, 7 miles from downtown Kansas City, GEHA Field at Arrowhead Stadium for more than a half-century, the home of the Kansas City Chiefs. We thank you for joining us. Mike Tirico, Greg Olson. It is week 2 of the preseason. Greg, as the coaches get ready for this one, you never know a preseason game was what we were preparing for. There was a focus and intensity after getting on the field for the first time as a unit in week 1.
You're exactly right, Mike. We had an opportunity to meet with these coaches, and from the way they talked, you would have thought this was week 10 of the regular season. And I think really what it boils down to, this is another great opportunity to have your players play in live, full contact, full competitive against another opponent. You don't get a lot of those opportunities nowadays in practice, and both these coaches want to take advantage of this opportunity here today.
The Lions, led by Jared Goff, chanting his name during the playoffs in 2023 in Detroit. Far cry from the trade from the Rams to the Lions, second in the league in passing a season ago.
And remember now, Mike, since they made the schedule change, this week 2 of the 3-week preseason is really the opportunity to have a dress rehearsal for a lot of these starters. We see them get more game opportunities and game reps, all in preparation for week 1 to kick off. But for the rest of the team, there's the guys looking to fight for roles. There's a lot of guys just looking to fight to make the roster.
We'll come to the line now on 2nd and 2. Patrick motioning here. A second down throw for Goff. And he got rid of that one quickly before the receiver even knew what was going on. That's incomplete.
There's a fine line between trusting your arm and having a little bit too much faith in your arm, right? I think this was one of those situations here, Mike, where there was nowhere to go with the ball. He tries to fit that one in there anyway, and he's lucky that it just falls incomplete.
And this will be a Lions first down. He has this one past the 35 to about the 37.
Nothing real fancy about this call here, Mike, right? In this 3rd and short, just get the ball to your running back, make sure he has enough space to pick up the first down, and they're able to convert.
They'll bring St. Brown in motion. They fake the jet sweep and will hand it up the middle. And he'll wind his way to about the 38-yard line. Chris Jones, the All-Pro, there on the tackle. Here's a 2nd and 9. From the gun, it's Goff. Open man, it's Jamison Williams. And they'll work this close to a first down, maybe just a tad short. 3rd and a yard. They'll bring St. Brown in motion. On play action, Goff. He'll get this out wide, and he will have the first down. He caught it short of the line to gain, but knows right where that marker is, and he's able to pick up that first down.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need. But really nice job there by the quarterback, getting into the hands of his receiver and then see what he can do after the catch.
2nd and 7. They move Laporta, sending him in motion. Once again, it's Gibbs. And he will not be able to get free, picking up only a yard. Now, it's 3rd down. Out of the shotgun, it's Goff. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a 4th down. Here's the Lions punt team now. Nicole Hardman, the return man for the Chiefs. Now, fair catch. He'll take it at about the 24-yard line. The Chiefs come out with the face of the NFL, Patrick Mahomes, two-time regular season MVP, three-time Super Bowl MVP, just in his 8th year, best in the business at the helm for KC, Greg.
Make no mistake about it, Mike, even though these games might not mean a lot in the grand scheme of things, they certainly matter when it comes to the evaluation of these rosters. You just can't replicate these situations of live reps in practice. So what do coaches do? They give guys a little bit of taste in the preseason games. Can you separate yourself from the rest of the pack? I'm excited to see who steps up, who makes a case to snatch one of these roster spots over these next couple hours.
Once again, it's Pacheco. And he will get forward for about 5 yards. That sets up third down. Out of the gun, here's Mahomes. That's over the middle and taken in. He's got it. And a big strike for good yardage there all the way up to midfield.
These third down conversions are just so important, Mike. Everybody stresses we want to possess the ball, give our offense as much opportunity to end as many drives as we can, scoring points. So if you want to stay on the field, you better be good on third down.
Now Mahomes gives it to Pacheco. And he'll get back to midfield, so no gain on that one.
You could just see the frustration on the running back's face as he's getting helped up off the ground. Like, there was just nowhere to go from the moment he was handed the ball. Give credit to the defense. Great job.
We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. From the shotgun, it's Mahomes. That's caught right side. It's Hopkins. Here's a 3rd down and 4. On play action, it's Mahomes. That is caught. He gets the hook up with Rice. And he will have the first down. The drive will continue after a pickup of 8.
Offensively, landing a lot of body blows on this drive, Mike. Just the ability to steadily march the ball downfield and remain so efficient, both run and pass. As they continue to wear this defense out, they have to find a way to end this drive with points. Anything short of that would be a bit of a letdown.
He'll get this ahead for about 3. It was Derek Barnes with the stop. They face 2nd down and 7. They'll stay on the ground and stay with Pacheco. He'll be taken down at about the 33-yard line. Alex Anzalone in for the tackle. First down away to the 26-yard line. And here's 3rd down. Throwing from the gun. Here's Patrick. And this one complete on the sideline. Good footwork to stay in bounds, but he is just shy of the first down. And that brings up 4th down.
The most impressive thing about this drive, Mike, has really just been their efficiency. They've just continued to pick up first downs, fresh sets of downs. We just saw there with that 3rd down conversion, continue to possess the ball. These opportunities to come away with points continue to go up.
Now they are in business inside the 15-yard line. On the move at the 14-yard line, it's 1st and 10. Hopkins sent in motion. First down throw, Mahomes. That's caught by Hunt. And good yardage there after the catch. They'll wind up with a gain of 7 on first down.
Great example of first down efficiency. You don't always have to go for the big play, but put yourself in a friendly second down. Now you have equal opportunity to both run and pass.
On second down, Pacheco. And he's going to lose yardage here, taken down back at the 8.
Great job by that linebacker timing his blitz. He didn't give any indication to the offense that he was coming, and he's able to get through that hole and take the ball carrier down for a loss.
Hopkins sent in motion. Gets it away quickly, and it's caught. And this won't be a touchdown, but it will be a first down as they're able to get the conversion and set up first and goal. Here's Mahomes. Under pressure, and down he goes. They've got him back at the 10.
That first and goal sack now changes everything defensively, Mike. You imagine that you're in a 4-down territory where the offense is going to try to take advantage of the field position and punch it in over the goal line. Now, can you hold up on second and third down and come away with forcing a field goal, which in this situation,
and that is caught in the end zone. He's in. DeAndre Hopkins. Touchdown, Chiefs.
And that was just a great drive, really from start to finish, Mike. You could see the play caller just really finding his rhythm, mix in run, mix in pass. Results in the touchdown pass, but really everything they did, the entire possession worked to perfection. And you can sustain the drives like that and come away with touchdowns. Man, that goes a long way towards establishing your identity for the rest of this game.
The extra point by Butker is good. And the Chiefs will take a 7-0 lead. The kickoff team is out on the field. And we're back to it as the kick's away. This fielded at about the 9. And this will work out quite well. They'll get it all the way out to the 30-yard line. The Lions offense going to take over now for the second time. They were forced to punt the first time through. It led to a touchdown, so down 7-0 as they get the ball back for first and 10. Set to go now on first and 10. On the ground to start, they give it to Gibbs. And he finds some space, tackled after a gain of 7 on first down. Here's second and 3 to go. Goff gives it to Gibbs. And it doesn't appear that he got to that first down marker. They'll only give him a yard, so it'll set up third down. So they'll talk over what to do on this third down play as we have hit the end of the first quarter. 7-0 is our score. We'll be back in Kansas City after this. They'll look to pick this up, third and a yard. They're going to try to run here with Gibbs. It's a gain of 10 yards. First down, Detroit.
And a nice pickup there by the back with an explosive run play. And it's important to point out, Mike, this offensive play caller, he's still working off that opening script. It doesn't necessarily have to just be the first possession. Using formations, using run game and pass. Unmask the defense and understand where to take the play calling as the game unfolds.
And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up second and 5. Here's Goff. This one caught by Patrick. And they'll take this down inside the 35.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play. And it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest. And that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there.
After the loss of 3, it is 2nd and 13. Goff to throw. Now, deep shot for Amon-Ra. That one knocked away. It is incomplete. Very good job defensively. Stayed right with him, and will bring up 3rd down.
So, of course, you prefer to connect on that throw, but think about it like this, Mike. The more they continue to test this defense downfield, the more it's going to open up some of those shorter passes underneath.
He's going to be brought down very close to that line to gain. They're going to mark him just a bit short. And now it's 4th down.
The initial reaction is, how does this quarterback not throw the ball past the 1st down line to gain to try to extend this drive? And the reality is they've already decided they're going to go for it on 4th down.
They'll try it now with Gibbs. And he's not going anywhere. Stuffed behind the line. They have turned it over on down. From 25, they'll go to work. 1st and 10.
Hey, 43.
Throwing now, Mahomes. That's over the middle and caught by Rice. And they're going to move the ball all the way up to the 45-yard line.
This is clinic tape for any young wide receiver out there watching this guy run routes. He has the defender thinking everything is a go ball. Attack him vertically, and then when you get to your route depth, you stick that foot in the ground, you break in, balls on time, results in a nice 1st down pickup. Patience is a great quality of a running back. You have to wait for holes and gaps to develop. But in this case, Mike, he just kept waiting, and nothing ended up happening. No gain.
And he might have waited just a bit too long there as he throws it incomplete. Looking to set up the screen, but the defense wouldn't give him the time. Here's a 3rd and 10. Hopkins sent in motion. On 3rd down, Mahomes. Open man, right side. He's got it. And he's taken down inside the opponent's 35.
3rd downs, Mike, those are quarterback downs. Those are the downs where you tend to find yourself in a must-pass situation, and that's where the top guys in the league are still capable of overcoming it. So throw the ball downfield, be accurate with the ball. Winning on 3rd downs, that is a recipe for success.
Here's Patrick. He'll throw it on 1st down. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Nice example there, Mike, of the quarterback just being smart with the ball, understanding it didn't quite develop the way he had intended. Throw that ball out of harm's way, live to play another down.
To the air once more, it's Mahomes. He's got his tight end. That's Travis Kelce. And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line.
Nice job there by Kelce moving the chains, and to think he's in his 12th season, Mike, and he's able to continue to produce at such a high level. You can make an argument he's one of the most popular guys in the entire league,
and he's in! Rashee Rice, touchdown KC.
Mike, this is a great example of a wide receiver who just truly understands the concept of spacing. When you're open, stay open. If you're not open, get open. And when you can do that and operate in the middle of the field, man, you are such a weapon and a reliable target for your quarterback. It's a great example of it here. He works to stay open, middle of the field, ball's on target. It's an easy touchdown.
Butker's extra point is good. And the Chiefs move out on top, 14-0. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. This is fielded inside the 5. And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The Lions offense ready to see what they can do. They're staring at a 2-touchdown deficit, 14-0. The score as the offense tries to regroup and get going with 1st and 10. They move Laporta, sending him in motion. Off the play fake, here's Goff. The pressure gets there, and down he goes back inside the 20-yard line.
With the right personnel, the safety position is like the ultimate chess piece, right? You can put him in center field to play pass. You can bring him up and make him a pseudo linebacker, but you also can bring him on pressure, Mike, and that's what this guy does so well. The timing and the speed, he got there in a hurry.
And that's a good game there. It's going to wind up just a couple of yards shy of that 1st down. Following the completion, we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player. You hope against hope here in the preseason, especially, that it's not too serious. On 3rd down, they go with Gibbs. And he's going to be brought down right on that yellow line, but the official signal, he's got enough for the 1st down.
In real time from up here, Mike, I couldn't tell whether or not he got it at first glance, but I think after seeing the replays we have up here, it looked like he and his blockers got just enough, and they're going to be able to keep this drive alive.
1st down, and they stick with Gibbs. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, nothing more. We'll try again here, 2nd and 10. To throw is Goff. That's caught by Gibbs. And he's going to be brought down up past the 45.
The best quarterbacks, Mike, they don't necessarily even have to see the running back in the check down. They can just feel him. It allows them to keep their eyes downfield, allow their tight ends and wide receivers to continue to work open. In this case, nice job by the quarterback getting that ball in his hands and letting him do the rest after the catch. This just shows why you can't count on just one guy to take him down. He's a powerful enough runner. You gotta have guys coming in support when that first hit is made. It takes a team effort to stop him, especially once he gets going.
To the right side, that's St. Brown. And they'll take this down inside the 35.
These crossing concepts are frequently used, Mike, throughout the entire game, all across the league. And what it does is it creates a lot of natural rubs. You run out the backside of the defense and rely heavily on the yards after the catch, and it's exactly how they're able to pick up this big game.
On 2nd down, Goff. Throwing it right into the hands of his running back. And a good job rallying to the football. Holding just a gain of a yard and sets up 3rd down.
Mike, I love studying the NFL and just seeing the amount of ways NFL coordinators are able to get their running backs now involved in the passing game. They're kind of chess pieces. They can move them out in the slot. They can put them out wide, of course, out of the backfield. It's a big part of today's modern NFL.
That's his 3rd catch of this 1st half, and good enough for a 1st down.
The thing that jumps out to me the most, Mike, is just how often the quarterback is able to throw the ball to his first read in the progression. So hats off to the play caller. Him and the quarterback seeing the game through the exact same set of eyes, and there is a lot of room to operate. Every team makes an emphasis on winning 1st down, but as a defense, when you're able to take them back for a loss, 2nd and long, you can really become more of a pass-centric defense and really tips the scales into your favor.
Second and 11. From the gun, it's Goff. A very quick throw there, but not on the same page with his target. That's incomplete.
They went for it all on that one and just a little bit off. Ball winds up hitting the ground. They've got to move forward. The opportunities are out there. Better execution, better location, and they got some big plays in their future.
to the end zone there, but it is incomplete. Amon-Ra St. Brown, the receiver he was trying to target, and that's going to lead to a 4th down.
Just a couple plays ago, Mike, it felt like a touchdown was kind of inevitable. They were doing everything they wanted as they marched the length of the field, and then as they got down here close to the red zone and that field condenses, they started getting sloppy in their execution. Now, what do they do on 4th down? Do they try to keep their offense out there and extend the drive, or do they settle for 3?
And that is incomplete. The defense very happy to see that play call. The decision to go for the 4th and long will end up in a turnover on down. The Chiefs' offense, Rashee Rice, set to take over once more. And it may be time for this defense to start throwing a second defender at him, maybe. Look at what he's done. Whatever the defense has tried in the first half, it hasn't worked. Gray is the motion man here. On 1st down, it's Mahomes. He connects with Gray on that one. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down.
It's not the big play they were hoping for, but 1st down efficiency, staying ahead of the chains, is what every offense is trying to find, and it brings up a manageable 2nd down.
On 2nd down, Mahomes. Nowhere to go. He's going to be taken down. It's Aiden Hutchinson, former number 2 overall pick, in there to bring him down. Now the Chiefs going to call the first of their timeouts, and they'll stop it just over a minute remaining in this first half. So backed up after the sack, and now it's 3rd and long. Now a carry for Hunt.
On the tackle. A 4-yard gain. It's 4th down.
The Lions called their first timeout as the clock stops. 50 seconds to play until halftime. On 4th down, on is the Chiefs' new punter for 2024, Matt Ariza. Deep for the Lions, Holly Freeman. And he'll be brought down. Short return, and they'll take over there. Jahmyr Gibbs and the Detroit offense set to take over again. And before this drive starts, let's take a look at the current race to see who's going to take home the award of NFL Most Valuable Player. Goff to throw on 1st down. That pass caught by Amon-Ra. After the catch, he gets that forward for a gain of 9. Following the completion, we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player. You hope against hope here in the preseason, especially that it's not too serious. A good spot here, 2nd and a yard. Out of the shotgun, it's Goff. A throw there on 2nd down, going to be incomplete.
As this offense continues to put anything together and score some points, they need to just take a step back. Then you say, okay, we've struggled here in the first half, putting points on the scoreboard. Don't worry about chasing points. Let's chase 1st downs. Let's chase completions. Just start building something small. And oftentimes when you take that approach, it snowballs, and next thing you know, you find your groove. The most important stat, Mike, to determine wins and losses in the NFL is clearly turnover differential, your ability to protect the ball, and on defense, take the ball away. For any offense, that's even more critical when you have the ball on your side of the field.
And no return forthcoming. It's a touchback, and will come out to the 20-yard line. The Chiefs offense going to take over just before the half. Their lead sits at 14-0 here in this 2nd quarter. Looking to run away with this one before halftime.
Hey, 57, 57.
First and 10 for Mahomes. That's to the rookie first-round pick, Xavier Worthy. And he'll be taken down up around the 32-yard line. So we are at halftime in this preseason matchup. As we'll get you down to Orlando now, that's where the coach is, Jonathan Coachman, and our EA Sports halftime report.
All right, Mike, thanks very much. Back to you and Greg in just a moment. Want to remind everyone, this is week 2 of the preseason. These two teams will have one more tune-up after this next week, before the regular season gets started on the Thursday following Labor Day. In our game, still a lot to keep an eye on. Roster spots are going to be won or lost depending on these next 2 quarters. So let's get back to it, as I'll hand it back over to Mike and Greg.
Coach, thank you. Back here on EA Sports as we count down to the kickoff of third quarter set to commence. And we're back underway here on EA Sports. This one taken at the 7. And a solid run back there. He'll get this out past the 30-yard line. So here comes the KC offense set to take over once more. As we look back at some of the highlights of this one, you'll see a lot of them, Greg, coming from the passing game. They've done a nice job picking the defense apart.
Yeah, and I think that's the right way to say it. It hasn't necessarily been just a bunch of deep shots, a bunch of explosives. It's been more methodical. It's been precise. They've really been all over their execution, and this is about as close to a complete performance as you're going to see from any offense throughout the course of this season.
He'll find his man, Nicole Hardman. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield. Following the completion, we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player. You hope against hope here in the preseason, especially that it's not too serious. Here's first and 10. They'll run it here. It's Samaje P-Rock. Not much there, maybe a yard. Here's second and 9.
At the 47-yard line.
Here's a handoff out of the gun, and he'll maneuver his way down to the 44. That's Azeez Ojulari in on the tackle. Here now, 3rd and 5. Back is Wentz. Here's a screen set up for P-Rock.
We see teams more and more throw the ball short of the sticks on 3rd down, really for 2 reasons. 1, they're confident that they can pick up the 1st down with yards after the catch. 2, teams' willingness to go for it on 4th down is at an all-time high.
And he's going to have the Chiefs' 1st down. Oh, they take a chance there on 4th and 1, but it's a gain of 3 and a new set of downs. A run, it's P-Rock. He is met and dropped. Good defense, loss of a couple on that play.
The speed and the get-off by the big interior defensive tackle, Mike, I mean, he got through there so fast, he almost took the handoff himself.
Now it's P-Rock. And a nice tackle in the open field limits the gain to only 1. A tough spot here. 3rd and long. Gray is the motion man here. On 3rd down, they'll set up to throw. And that is incomplete.
I think he predetermined that 3rd down throw, and even though the coverage was tight, he still tried to fit the ball in there anyway, and it ended up falling incomplete. I think if he goes through his progressions and has a little bit more trust in his protection, I think there's an easier throw to make out there.
Butker's kick is good. And the Chiefs stake themselves to a 17-0 lead. So the mistake there, the roughing call on the field goal, they'll take the 3 points off the board, keep possession of the ball, and have it first down. Now, faking the give. And this is too far over the end line. It's incomplete.
So I like the aggressiveness of the call, but as the rest of the game unfolds, Mike, there needs to be better overall execution. A little bit cleaner. Next thing you know, they're going to hit some of those big shots.
And he just does get that one away. He was being chased down, forced the awkward throw. Maybe he's fortunate that all it is an incompletion. It is 3rd and 10. Gray is the motion man here. Here's Wentz. That's going to be caught by Gray. A gain there of 10 yards. Good for a Chiefs first down.
He's in a really nice rhythm here on 3rd down. He appears very comfortable operating out of the gun, and he's able to find his man near the sideline, and he's able to extend this drive.
Still get a first down at the 1. 1st and 10, they go from the 11. Wentz. He pulls it in around the 5.
Certainly not the biggest play of the day, but a good example of picking up positive yardage, staying ahead of the chains by a well-timed ball and a well-timed route.
To throw, Wentz. That's hauled in at the 2. And it'll be a short pickup. That's not enough for the first down.
Receiver just finds himself in a really nice groove, and there's these weird times in the game, Mike, where it just seems like every ball comes your way, every play they call, you're wide open, and you just find yourself in one of those grooves that athletes talk about.
It is brought in the end zone. Juju Smith-Schuster. Touchdown, Kansas City. Greg, nothing changed at halftime. They come right out to start this 3rd quarter and pick up where they left off.
Well, I think this defensive coordinator is going to think back to his halftime speech, Mike, because whatever adjustments he thought they made, it obviously didn't resonate. What we saw happen in the first half, they picked right back up here to start the 3rd quarter, and at this point, the offense has hit its stride, and they continue to pull away.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. A safe kick taken at the 5. We'll get across the 20, mark them at the 22-yard line. The Lions offense getting ready for their opening possession of this second half. They find themselves down 3 touchdowns here, needing to flip the script in a hurry. And they'll start it here on first down. Putting one of their tight ends in motion left. Right away, they'll set up to throw. Into the hands of Brock Wright. That's a nice pickup on a first down throw. It's a gain of 8.
Just take what the defense is giving you. When you can stay ahead of the chains and just take these easy pitch and catch throws underneath, hitch routes, quick game, now it puts you in a lot more favorable down and distances to eventually attack this defense a little bit more downfield.
And this will be a Lions first down as he gets this up to the 42.
Finding yourself down here multiple scores in the second half, the defense is going to give you some friendly run looks. So don't be afraid to mix it in there. But if you're going to find yourself coming back from this deficit, you're going to have to do it primarily through the air with just a little bit of mix of the run. And you can see the quarterback, he's looking up at the Jumbotron after that throw, Mike. He knows he just got away with one, and He's thinking, all right, what do I got to do to make an adjustment that it's not so close the next time?
Back to the air again on 2nd and 10. Catch is made by Wright. And they'll get about 8 out of that one, but still a little work to do now on 3rd down. Following the completion, we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player. You hope against hope here in the preseason, especially that it's not too serious. Now a 3rd and 2. From the 50, he'll set up to throw. And he's going to pick up the first down. He knew where that marker was and made sure he got beyond it.
4 yards. First down, Detroit.
Up the middle they go. And this rough day on the ground continues. They're going to drop him behind the line again. Now after the run, we get a stoppage for an injured player. You hope against hope here in the preseason, especially that it's not too serious. Last play went the wrong way. It sets up 2nd and long. It's 2nd down and 12. Blitz coming. He'll throw it. This pass complete to Raymond. And he'll be very close to a first down. Won't quite have enough, but now a much more advantageous spot.
These hitch routes, they're usually just designed to pick up a few safe yards. An easy completion, get some rhythm for your quarterback. However, this time, he's able to make a little magic happen after the catch and turn it into something much bigger than even they were probably anticipating.
And he is going to have a Lions first down. He's able to get about 3 that time on 3rd and inches.
First down, Lions.
They'll look to throw. That's over the middle, but it's incomplete.
Up until that incompletion, they've done a really nice job on this drive, Mike, picking up fresh sets of downs. And typically, throwing the ball on first down is a great way to do it. But now they find themselves in 2nd and 10. Do you keep it in the air and try to get the first down here? Or is the idea to just make 3rd down manageable and take your chances picking up a key 3rd down?
A big play there on 2nd down, but we do have a flag on the field. And that's in an area where usually this play gets erased. They'll send their tight end left. On play action, he'll... Oh, the blitz gets there quickly, and down he goes.
Just can't seem to get anything going on every ensuing snap. They just continue to go backwards and backwards and backwards. You've got to find a way on 1st and 2nd down to stay ahead of the chains so 3rd down is not so daunting.
Throwing now on 3rd and long. Going for it all. He's got it. And they bring him down there, but it is inside the 10. It is going to be 1st and goal.
If you want to score points at a high level in the NFL, you have to generate explosive plays. And after that big chunk pass play, they find themselves now down there in the red zone. And this is where you have to finish drives.
He'll look to throw. He's got it at the 3. And he's going to be down close to the goal line. Good job defensively to make sure he did not get to the end zone. From the 2 now, here's 2nd and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And he won't quite get in. Down to the 1, setting up 3rd and goal. They'll run. And waiting, no signal. He did not. No, he did not get in. And that's going to bring up 4th and goal.
That's really well done defensively, Mike. The key to these situations is you got to engage with the blocker, bottle it up, but then you have to get off the block, find the ball, bring them down. That's exactly what they do. No gain, 4th down.
This has been quite the drive. 3 points would kind of feel like a letdown, so they're going to go for it here on 4th and goal. And he's not going anywhere. Stuffed behind the line. They have turned it over on downs.
Yeah, when you find yourself down big here in the second half, you have to maximize every possession, and that's exactly what the coach tried to do, going for it on 4th down, give yourselves a chance to cut into this big lead, but it's the defense that came through again with a huge stop, and that's going to make their chances of coming back that much more difficult.
Here's P-Rock. And he's bottled up after a gain of a yard. He'll come up to 3rd and 3. Now Wentz. Open man, that's the tight end, Gray. His 5th catch of the afternoon. Good for a 1st down.
Really nice throw downfield on that conversion. Brings up a new set of downs. And defensively, Mike, this feels like desperation mode. If you allow them to finish this drive with a touchdown, this game feels all but over.
So we are through 3. EA Sports back for more from the NFL preseason after this. So they come to the line for 1st down and 10. On the ground, this is P-Ron. The defense all over this one. They get him behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of a couple.
This is what every defense in the league is shooting for, Mike. Negative plays. That's how you kill drives. Force teams to play from behind the sticks. Great job here, taking them down for a loss.
Now off the bootleg, he'll look to throw here. He connects with Gray on that one. They'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's going to set up 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd and 8.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. The pass rush gets home, and he goes down.
We're starting to see in these passing situations, Mike, this defensive line is starting to have their way against this group up front, because right now their pass protection is breaking down and his quarterback's paying the price for it.
This is taken at the 25. And some nifty running on the return. Picked up some good yardage before he was taken down. Here's the Detroit offense now, headed back onto the field. And they are still searching for that first touchdown of the game. Greg, this defense that they're going against has been like a brick wall.
And especially this front 7. And listen, Mike, we all know this is a passing league. But what you want to do is you want to at least be unpredictable on offense, meaning you want to be in what they call 50-50 downs. I got an equal opportunity to both run or pass based on the down and distance. When you have nothing to show for on 1st and 2nd down on the ground, you find yourself in must-pass scenarios, and you're playing right into the hands of the defense. It's a really good job defensively. The key is you don't want your defensive linemen to overcommit to rushing the passer, and you don't want your linebackers in secondary dropping too deep defending the pass. In this case, all 3 levels played disciplined, good football with good vision. That's why they're able to stop him for no gain. It's rare to see an offense that finds themselves trailing and say, well, their quarterback's been actually one of their biggest bright spots. Usually that doesn't go hand in hand, so it's a little surprising to see him miss a throw like that on a day where he's completed passes at a highly efficient rate.
And on 3rd down, that ball incomplete.
This offense has to find a way to be better on 1st and 2nd down, Mike. Living in these 3rd and long situations, must pass, is not a recipe that their offensive coordinator wants to operate in.
The offense staying out there for this fourth down. Now they'll set up to throw. This one incomplete. The defense. Challenge there. They force the incompletion, and they'll take the ball over on down. On the carry is P-Ron. He'll struggle to get back to the line of scrimmage. Maybe he gets a yard out of that one. It's second down. Back to the ground. He'll get it again. And he'll only manage to pick up 3 yards. And that leads to third down. He'll try to get this one on the ground.
He's brought down at the 31. A gain of only a yard. It's fourth down.
On fourth down, Super Bowl champ Harrison Butker now for the Chiefs. This will be a 48-yard attempt. Butker's kick is good. And the Chiefs extend the lead to 24-0.
I think at this point in the game, Mike, when you have things under control, not only were they able to hold on to the ball for a while, they still were able to manage to add 3 points.
And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The Lions offense ready to come back out for this next possession. Things not looking good. But see if they get the turnaround going here. They'll start this drive with first down. From the gun, it's Goff. That's caught by Gibbs. And he's close to a first down. It's a gain of 9. Nice pitch and catch on first down. Second and a yard. Out of the shotgun, it's Goff. That one pinballs around, but it is incomplete.
Well, we all know the running joke, right, Mike? If this guy could catch, he'd be playing offense. And, well, I think that's kind of a joke for the past. These defensive players are incredible these days. That's just too easy. You've got to secure that interception for your defense and get off the field. Every so often, Mike, you can see these offenses, and it looks like the passing game gets a little bit too predictable. And as the defense continues to flood the back end of these zones with extra defenders, you're continuing to force this quarterback to not only make some difficult throws, but to put the ball in harm's way.
And he's going to have a Lions first down. And that was a tough couple of yards to pick up, but they convert on 4th and 1.
And the Lions first down.
Goff to throw. Here's a screen set up for Gibbs. Following the completion, we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player. You hope against hope here in the preseason, especially that it's not too serious. They'll come up here on 2nd down and 5. Throwing here is Goff. Right side, it's Laporta, the tight end. A gain of 11 on that one. Good for a Lions first down.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and the age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in front of you? That's what every defensive coordinator struggles with, so they can't get too soft here as they try to hold on to this lead here late. can't exactly put my finger on it, but it just seems like this entire game, like this passing game and this quarterback specifically, they've just been off. And whether it's missing these big shots downfield like he did there or just simple underneath layups, there's just something about him today that doesn't look right. And I think it's a big part of the reason they find themselves trailing here in the fourth quarter. I think the biggest issue and why they find themselves trailing in this game, Mike, has really just been the ups and downs of this passing game. At sometimes, he's highly accurate and efficient, but at others, he just misses too many easy throws. Question is, are they going to be able to overcome this quarterback inconsistency and pull this game out? Even though it doesn't result in a sack, when you dial up the right pressure at the right time, Mike, sometimes that's all it takes to lead to that incompletion. The timing is just a little off between the quarterback and his intended target, and the ball falls incomplete.
Now or never, they'll throw on fourth down. And that is not going to work. Incomplete, and they turn it over on downs.
You find yourself down big. It's the fourth quarter. There's really no choice but to go for this at this point. But once again, this defense, they're up to the task, and they come through yet again with a huge stop.
This defense all over this one. They get him down behind the line. It's a loss of a couple.
Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on first down, but that's exactly the case here.
Back is Wentz. Caught by the tight end, Wiley. Here's 3rd and 7. Off play action. Oh, they are on him in a flash, and he's lost the football. Oh, he gets it right back. Well, the pressure was on there, and they do get him for the sack. Almost got a turnover out of it as well, Greg. Fortunate to keep possession.
Really fortunate, Mike. That ball ended up kind of bouncing back into a spot where the quarterback was able to fall on it, but you mentioned it. That play was very close to being a complete disaster for the offense.
The visitors' offense back onto the field for their next possession. They'll do so with 1st and 10. Patrick motioning here. On 1st and 10, here's Goff. Quick slant taken in by Amon-Ra. And he's taken down, but not until he gets to the 32-yard line.
These can be tricky situations defensively, right? The game is all but over. Barring something unforeseen, you got this one in the bag, but you still want to finish on a high note. You still want to walk off the field and put an exclamation point on what's pretty much been a dominant performance right from the start. I think you just rush that decision just a little bit downfield. I mean, it's one thing to trust your guy to make a play in tight coverage, but I think if he was a little bit more patient in his progression, there was an easier throw out there that wouldn't make him have to throw such a tight window ball and put his receiver in a tight spot. Pretty unforgettable performance so far in the first half, Mike, and they're going to try to figure this out here in the second half and try to gain some momentum, figure out what's going to work, where are our matchups, and let's go try to put a drive together and get some points, because so far this has been a struggle, and they just cannot get anything going through the air.
And that is incomplete. The tight end, Sam Laporta, the intended receiver. And it's going to lead to 4th down.
Really nice job here by the defender. I mean, how often, Mike, do we see on these long downfield passes the defender kind of lose the ball in the air and get himself out of position? Well, that wasn't the case here. Really well done. And if I'm this quarterback, after these back-to-back incompletions, I got to find myself a little rhythm and take some easier throws. So this offense, they think this is a prime opportunity to go for it through the air on 4th down. But this defense was having none of it. Nowhere for the quarterback to go with the ball, no easy completions, and this defense forces a huge stop on 4th down.
They'll run. He'll try the left side now. Nice gain on first down, but the penalty flags come in. And the question now, will the play stand? From the gun, they'll try to run it. And that'll help a bit. They're still well short of the sticks. A solid pickup on that first down play.
So when you're evaluating the impact of a team's run game, Mike, I think it's important at the end of the game to look back and say, okay, how many yards did they run for? But more importantly, when did those yards come? Did I run for those yards in the fourth quarter, which typically means I had the lead? That's the sign of a successful run game, as opposed to getting a lot of meaningless yards early in the game.
3rd and a yard. Trying to pick this one up on the ground. And he'll be taken down as the clock ticks towards 2 minutes to play.
No gain on the play. It's 4th down.
Two minutes remain in the fourth quarter. Greg and I back on EA Sports after this. They only need a yard, and it's 4th down. They'll try and run for it. And he's going to have the Chiefs' first down. Well, that was a tough couple of yards to pick up, but they convert on 4th and 1.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 21-yard line.
Now a give up the middle. And he's going to take this all the way home. Carson Steele. Touchdown, Chiefs.
When you start talking about the qualities of a top-tier back in the NFL, Mike, we all talk about size, speed, the ability to keep your feet, the ability to have balance at contact. But the part we don't talk enough about is patience, understanding the blocking scheme, the timing, when to hit the hole, as much as what hole to hit. And I think you get a great example of what that looks like when it all comes together. He takes advantage of the scheme, and next thing you know, he hits his head on the goalpost.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. On the return, it's Williams. And he's brought down right at the 35-yard line. The visitors' offense about ready to take over once more. They'll start out 1st down and 10. Goff to throw. That's right side and brought in by Williams.
The best quarterbacks, Mike, they have an internal clock in their head. How does my protection match up with the rush and the route concept I'm trying to attack downfield? In this case, he's looking downfield, realizes quickly this ball's got to come out, checks it down to his underneath drag, picks up what he can.
And he is out of bounds, but not until he's inside the 40-yard line. 6 catches for him in the ball game now, and this one's good for a 1st down. Here's Goff. This to the right side, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
This is one of those situations that plays directly into the hands of the defense because think, Mike, they know this offense has to be one-dimensional. This has to be a pass. So what do? They bring in extra defensive backs. They clog up the back end. And at the end of the day, there's just nowhere for the offense to go with the ball. Well, it's pretty clear the main reason why they find themselves trailing in this game, Mike, has really just been the inefficiency of this offense and primarily out of the quarterback position. I mean, to complete less than half of your pass attempts, it just makes it very hard to compete at a high level consistently in the NFL. And if they want to find themselves having any chance of getting back into this game and winning this one, he's going to have to get a lot better with the ball.
Set to go now on 1st and 10. Now, Goff. And he got rid of that one quickly before the receiver even knew what was going on. That's incomplete.
Just a little bit too much juice on that one, and you just can't throw the ball out of bounds. Give your receiver a chance to go up and compete for the ball, but when you miss that far wide, he's got no shot.
On 2nd down, Goff. That is brought in at the 10. And he'll be taken down. The Lions call their first timeout. And they stop it with 14 seconds to go in the game. Ball resting on the 9. 1st down and goal. They move Laporta, sending him in motion. On play action, Goff. And this is going to be a touchdown. It's too little too late. They do get a bit closer as they score here in the final minute of play. Greg, it's the quarterback's best friend, and you were that guy for a lot of years. The tight end in a tight area with man coverage.
Yeah, and it's really twofold, Mike, right? First and foremost, we see so many of these tight ends around the league that now have gotten to the point where one-on-one matchups, that's advantage offense. But then even in the cases they don't create great separation, Mike, it's their size, their catch radius. It's such a friendly target for the quarterback that when things get tight in the red zone, they look to the tight end.
So the kickoff team out there one final time in the final minute as they kick it away. Brown now to return it. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line.
The Chiefs take over 1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
Victory formation, defense powerless to stop. And that should just about do it. So this one in the win column for the Chiefs as they move to 2-0 in this preseason, getting that second win here in week 2. And that'll do it for my partner, Greg Olson. For our entire team, I'm Mike Tirico. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. The Chiefs victorious, as we say, so long from Arrowhead.